double-digit lead against the Bengals of Idaho State. A drive and handoff to Stuckey. Stuckey to the free throw line. Hands off there to Steve Anderson. Back to Stuckey. Cycle top of the key to Morgan. Morgan crossing over on Martineau. Gets in the alley. Hands off to Anderson. Anderson hangs and misses. Rebound by Kamard. The Cougars can play for a final shot. 20 seconds to go till halftime. BYU will set it up for the final shot of half number 1. Cougars by 19. They'll look to increase the lead before the break.
Martineau, nice job with the dribble penetration and the kick last time down the floor. Let's see what BYU's drawn up.
Down to 7 on the game clock with 6 and 5. Sam on the arc gives to Lee Kamard. Long three, barely draws the iron. Rebounded by the Bengals. Lee gets the steal, throws it up, and missed it. Oh, Lee got the steal and almost scored to end the half. It's 44-25. BYU well in control by 19. Got a halftime recap back in. The Cougars will be taking it from left to right. And the Bengals going right to left, and BYU with the basketball to start the second half. Ben Murdoch, Sam Burgess, Lee Kamard, Jonathan Tavernari, and Trent Playstead. Trent Playstead will be starting in the post for BYU. Jonathan Tavernari triggers in. Jonathan saying just now, make sure you give my mom a shout out in Brazil. So, Jonathan Tavernari's mom. Oi, how you doing?
Let's hear some Portuguese, Greg.
Logan Kinghorn off the Idaho State steal to start half number 2. It's a short shot beneath the basket, rebounded by Lee Kamard. Back the other way to Trent. Trent driving it and laying it up and in. Swooping in from the right side with the right hand. Lee Kamard the assist. Trent placed at the finish, and BYU 46 and Idaho State 25. Yeah, Jonathan says his parents, mom and dad, listen to the games on the internet down in Brazil. So we say hello to the Tavernaris tonight on KSL.com. JT, great first half, 10 points for JT, playing with 2 fouls. Cron Tatum, post feed, baseline right. Falls away from 15, air ball. Lee Kamard brings it down, runs a point himself into forecourt right side, gives to Sam. Sam looks inside to JT. Tavernari skips it all the way across the court to Lee. Lee drives and kicks to Ben. Touch pass JT for 3. Yep, no, it's out. Second time it's gone in and out.
Second, yep.
A yep turns to nope just like that. It was down and it was out for Jonathan Tavernari. At the other end, O'Brien for 3, and that does go. No popping out that time. Corey O'Brien scores the 3, and 46-28, BYU by 18. We've seen 2 threes, one by Kamard, one from Tavernari, go in and come out from distance. And now a foul as Kamard drives it baseline left. It'll be on Lucas Stein, his second, first year of the second half.
First 11 minutes last year, BYU, remember, had the lead, and Idaho State went on a 24-5 run to take the lead from the Cougars. Hopefully, not going to happen for the Cougars this year.
46-28, BYU by 18. Kamard, 3-point range left. Entry pass to Playstead, a spin to the base. His hook is an air ball. Out of bounds, deflected by the Cougars, and Bengal basketball.
Really strange because it didn't look like it came off. It didn't slip out of his hands. I don't know if he was trying to avoid the backboard, but that's a jump hook from 6 feet that went 3 feet.
Bengals into forecourt, slowly past the timeline. Stuckey left-hand bounce. Hands to Kinghorn, up high to Stein, and around the arc right side to Cron Tatum. Tatum gives to O'Brien at the right junction. He's doubled and stolen by Burgess. A great steal by BYU. Down floor JT. JT leads the break. He scoops, reverse, and score! Jonathan Tavernari! Reversing and laying up with the right hand. He's got 12, and 48-28, BYU by 20. Cougars forcing the steal, and Sam got it down to JT, who led the break and finished himself. Kinghorn for 3, left side. Nope. Kamard, another rebound. Lee clears to Murdoch. Ben accelerates into forecourt. Left side to JT, a runner, short, put back. Lee's called for the foul. Now, Lee, a technical foul here. He followed the dunk, missed it, and then hung on the rim and tried to finish it again. Got 2 dunk attempts while hanging on the rim, and yeah, that's going to be a technical foul at the other end. The fans applaud the effort. On the miss by JT, Lee Kamard got up there, missed the one-handed foul, then hung on the rim, grabbed it in midair again, tried to dunk it again, and that's a technical foul.
Well, initially the first follow was a great athletic move to even have a chance at the dunk. It goes long, and he just keeps hanging on with that left hand, reaches up with the right, and tries to throw it down again as the free throw's made by Stein.
Stein's now 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Free throw good by Stein again, so 6 for 6. From the stripe, and BYU's lead 18, 48-30. The Bengals have now made 9 free throws in a row. And Bengal basketball after the free throw makes with 17:47 to go. From back to forecourt comes Matt Stuckey. Stuckey, the junior from Pocatello. The home of the Bengals. BYU plays there next year. Stein at the right junction. Looks low, stays outside to Cron Tatum. Tatum picks it up, enters it to Stuckey. Mid-blocks left side, gets to the middle. Right-hand hook is up, around, and down for Stuckey. He's got Stuckey's second field goal.
Time they posted him up, he's got a size advantage on Murdoch.
Sam Burgess, beg your pardon, left side. Into Trent, out to Sam. Missed the three, his first three-point miss, and the miss. Oh, my goodness, Trent Playstead followed it in midair, put it off the window too hard. You got to make that, and he doesn't. 48-32, BYU by 16. That's Sam Burgess' first three-point miss, by the way. Tatum's 16-footer good, and now it's a 14-point game. Closest the Bengals have been in a long time. 16:55 to go here. Tatum knocks it down, and he's got 8. Cougar basketball in forecourt. Burgess to JT, turns around at the junction. They come in for the steal, and JT has it stolen. Lead down floor to Stuckey. It's a breakaway. He goes up, and he is fouled by Kamard. He hung on the rim, but I think possibly to protect himself. It'll be a free throw situation. Stuckey gets 2, and if he makes these, it's down to a 12-point game. And this, Mark, you say reminiscent of a run that the Bengals had to start the second half last year.
Hey, here come the Bengals, and I'm surprised that Coach Rose has not called a timeout to discuss things. And, of course, as I say that, he signals Ben for the 32nd.
So we'll take it. It becomes a full 16:40 to go. 48-34, BYU leads Idaho State here on KSL and the line. 7 points on the night.
This minor collapse wouldn't be quite as foreboding if it weren't for what happened last year. And I think Dave Rose remembers quite well what happened last year, so he calls the timeout, trying to get his team back on the same page.
Free throw miss by Stuckey. And that's the first miss after 9 consecutive makes for the Bengals. They missed their first, made 9 in a row, and now miss here. Chris Miles will be checking in for BYU. Second for Stuckey. On its way and short. Wow, 2 misses by a pretty good free throw shooter. 0 for 2 on the trip. And 48-34 Cougars. Ben Murdoch to Tavernari at the free throw line, out to Kamar. Drives the end line, sends to Ben. Out top to JT for 3. He got it! Jonathan Tavernari. 15 points, and the Cougars lead is 17. At 51-34.
Kamar very unselfish, and because of that, JT gets a wide open 3.
Cougars in man-to-man defense. Right wing Tatum cycled up top. Stein to Kinghorn and away from the play. It's an offensive foul on the Bengals. Turnover, and it'll go to BYU. Who's it on?
Kilpatrick, I think, stuck out his knee as he set the screen.
That's 3 on Kilpatrick and 2 on the Bengals here in half number 2. Chris Miles is in for Trent Playstead. Playstead for 6 points, 2 of 5 shooting, couple of free throws, 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 personal fouls for Trent. BYU 51, Idaho State 34. Chris Miles is in scoreless on the night. Off the bench, only 2 points for BYU. 49 of BYU's 51 points coming from the 5 starters. Burgess 16, Tavernari 15, 7 Kamard, 6 Playstead, 5 Murdoch. Cougars in forecourt right in front of us as they go left to right here in half number 2. Idaho State stays in the zone. A 2-3 morphing to a 1-2-2 and a matchup look at times. Burgess 3-point range right, enters it to Miles. Miles with defender coming in to knock it away. It is knocked away by Logan Kinghorn, and then Kinghorn steps out. Luckily for BYU, turns it back to the Cougars. Chris Miles was picked in the post as the